Hi Squirrel! Welcome back. Today I will be doing my first book review and I decided to talk about The Passengers by John Mars. So let's get started!
SQ2 Squirrel Square.
Imagine this. You are taking your self-driven car to go to work. You put the address into the sat-nav and the car starts the journey. And you just relax and enjoy the journey until you arrive. But what if suddenly a voice from the speaker told you that you were not in control anymore of your car and in 2.5 hours you would be probably dead and people on social media will decide your fate? What about that? The Passengers is a thriller and is set in a non-distant future where self-driven cars have become the norm, to the point that the government have a plan in place to ban all human-driven cars. So for me, this premise was already intriguing. I love tech, I love self-driven car. I love how Mars created this future because there's nothing that is too much, too all over. Everything is plausible, everything is something that is possible. I had this feeling reading this book that he really did his research thoroughly about how self-driven cars work, were they flawless. There is a few hints here and there in the book where they explain what went wrong, what were the problem at the beginning or how people reacted. So that I really loved that part. It was something that made the entire book a lot more consistent, a lot more real. I really like this aspect, and I like the fact that Mars immediately from the beginning you are into the book. There's no going into slowly and deep. You are bam inside right away. You are into the action within the 8 character in the moment they enter in the car and they find out that they will have 2.5 hours left to live and the car is actually being hacked by the hacker. And it's great because from that moment you get to know who they are, what they do for a job, what family they have, what secret they have, and must jump back and forth between these 8 characters. At the same time, Mars creates this second group of characters. They are following all the events safely from a room in a government building, and they are the moral compass. And also I thought, and I felt a lot in this book, that they act as our mirror. You can really see all the range of emotion and reaction in a situation like that. They are called to judge the different character they are in the car, but at the same time the hacker doesn't give always the full story. I thought that having these 2 group of characters clearly separated and in a very different position is very, very helpful to the reader to kind of deep and think about moral question and dilemma and even racism and all of this, without getting too heavy, without getting the book too much into philosophy or political or that. There's still a huge political message behind that. I mean, it's great, and towards the end, the political side, I think it became a little bit more prominent, but it's never too much. Mars is absolutely great at keeping the reader on his feet. There's continuous twist in the story, surprises and completely different approach and reads of the same situation. It shows you a situation that you think you have understood, that you have a good grasp of, and immediately after it gave you a new information, a new piece of the puzzle, and that changed completely everything. I mean, it's continuous. Every time he jump from one character to the other, he give you another piece of the story. It's always make you question, what do you feel, what do you understand of this, how do you judge them? As soon as you get comfortable, okay, this could be the bad one, this could be the good one, this can die or this has to be saved. Immediately he shuffled the cards on the deck and everything go back randomly. You don't know who will die or not. So that is great. It really, when you start reading it, you need to finish it. You have to know what's going on. It's a page after page after page. I bought the Kindle book, the Kindle edition, because I joined, because of this quarantine, I joined the local book club, and I'm super glad that I did, because usually I don't go for this type of books. I'm sure 100% that if I was now in a W. Smith or Woodson or whatever you go, I wouldn't have chosen it, because it's usually not my type. But this was the one that was most voted in the local book club. So when I started it, I was so into it. I finished it like in a day and a half. So now I want to read something else that Mars wrote, to see if it's just this book that has this continue, keep you on your feet, making you question, make you think, or if it's his style. I have never read anything by John Mars, but this definitely like put me into his world. I think The Passenger is a great book to read. I really recommend it. Although that's one character that in the end for me it's the most disappointed of all, and it's linked to a lot of moments in the final chapters that for me they were not plausible at all. The end part, especially the last 2-3 chapters, for me it felt like he rushed. He felt rushed. It felt a lot less planned than the rest of the book. So that for me was a no. But still, I will give this book 7.5 out of 10. If you enjoyed this book and you already read it, leave a comment, please, no spoilers. And if you haven't read it and you want to give it a try, please do it. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this. This was my first book review, so thank you very much for listening to me until the end, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, squirrels! Yeah, there you go, focus. You are not in... And in too often... What if suddenly... Nothing, because I can't remember what I wanted to say. Fine, bye!